Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to D1W1 Fitness. This is a platform where I'm going to be trying to bring fitness to those who are natural. So I try to bring fitness to those who believe in themselves, those who are not using any performance enhancing drugs, those who are not on steroids, those who are not using anything. This is for people who are really concerned with their health, especially all of us getting old and starting to lose muscle. You know, when you get old, you will definitely lose muscle. And that process is called sarcopenia. All of us, we are going to lose muscle. That's why if you see somebody who's never been training, somebody who's never focused in building muscle, they reach a certain age, 40, late 40, 50s, you see they start getting weaker and weaker, and they are complaining all the time about headaches. They cannot sleep. They are just complaining. And the worst part is their wives, their husbands are complaining. They are always unhappy because they cannot give, he or she cannot give him, especially him. He cannot give her what she wants. He cannot satisfy her like he used to because there's no power, there's no strength. That trust has disappeared. That he cannot pick her and change direction and make her go like, or make her go like, ooh. He cannot make her to send him a message the next day like last night was fantastic. Okay. But all the people you see with big muscles, don't be fooled. That is not fitness. Bodybuilders, they should not be promoting health. You cannot be promoting health when you are using things that will kill you, because there is no excuse you can give if you are using performance enhancing drugs, because that we know, research shows that takes away at least 10 years out of your life. So while we are trying to, let me check if my recording is fine, because I've just seen something has just happened, which I'm not sure. Our recording is fine. So while we are trying to live as long as possible in the best health, some people are reducing the number of years that they are going to live on this planet. That is something that I cannot really explain. I cannot explain. And the worst part of it is some people are using this drug and they don't even know why they are using it. For bodybuilders, they have a point. They can like try to justify why they are using the drug because bodybuilding is their sport. That's their life. And they want to compete. And if you want to compete in any form of bodybuilding, you have to be on that shit because you want to level the playing field. You don't want to go on stage natural to compete with people who are enhanced, like aliens. You don't want to compete. A human being cannot compete with aliens. No way. So, on this video today, this guy has always been somebody I go to just listen to him talk about training and his training modalities, his approach to training. But this man is not the person you can look up to when you're talking about health, because these people are not healthy. Dr. Mike Israel. Dr. Mike just had some crazy, his life these days has been crazy. Can you imagine that these people, they tell us how to train, what to eat, how to be strong, how to be healthy, but they themselves are not healthy. Mike just had a surgery a couple of months, it's like 2 months. And that surgery was to extract, they say it was water and fat from his body, and that is because his lifestyle has been shit. He had not been eating the right way. He had not been eating a healthy diet. He had not been eating a balanced diet. There is even a video where he did, I think that video was before he competed. He was trying to get his pro card, IBBF pro card or whatever, bodybuilder. He was trying to be a professional bodybuilder because he's not a professional bodybuilder as of now. So Mike, I watched that video. That video was dreadful. The way the man was eating. The man was eating shit. The man was eating shit. And that is why I think he came fit. I don't know if he came fit on that competition or what. But he was eating shit. And that is why he had to have surgery to remove fat and water from his body. These are the people we look up to. This is somebody I used to go to learn how to train. I am not a professional bodybuilder. I am a health conscious personal trainer. That is why, if you see, I keep saying that we should train to look good, healthy, and strong as we are getting old. We should hope to live for as long as possible on this planet, but we have to make sure that we are healthy and strong to live those years. Because if you're not healthy and strong, you become a burden, not only to yourself, but to your family, to the community, and to the country itself. So, that responsibility to remain strong and healthy as you age lies in your palms. What? Because your palm is what you pick. Whatever you pick to put in your mouth, you pick it with your palms, with your hand. Let me say with your hand. So that responsibility is with you. You have to, people will help you. You will have personal trainers to help you, to direct you, to tell you what to do, to tell you what to eat. But you yourself, you have to do it. You have to do it. So this is 6 weeks after Dr. Mike Israel. Let me make sure I put Dr. Mike Israel. Professor of whatever. He always introduces himself with a lot of. Let's even go back and I'll just listen. Let's go back.
I want to do like a Kevin Levrone style early 90s workout. 5 sets of 12 on 4 different chest machines. I want to bleed. Problem is, I'll just bleed out of my stitches and no one wins that one.
So look at those. You see all of that. You see all of that. That line. Look at that. The way he looks, even the way his body is, he might be strong, but he doesn't look healthy. His body doesn't look attractive at all. Forget about the hairy back, the hairy chest. That is just his nature. But he's got so much money. He can exfoliate. He can shave. I don't know. He can take good care of himself. But if you say that, they're going to tell you that no, that is for. It's not. He's going to start saying that. He's going to start saying that I'm not gay, this and that. And all that beauty is for weak people. We are strong people. We just move with. No. We men too, we have to look after ourselves because we've got women. No woman wants to be with a smelly man. That is, I don't know how his wife says that. Maybe his wife, that turns her on, but I don't know. I've never seen his wife. I don't know if he has got kids. Oh, that's an interesting fact about Dr. Mike. He's never talked about his children. I've never heard him say anything about his children. I've never heard him say anything about his wife. That might be something I would check. But this surgery is his own doing. That is because his diet was completely shit. Greg Doucette said it last time. The way he was bulking, the things he was eating, that is what caused him to have that amount of fat that he had that he could not even burn off. No amount of cardio could burn those fat. So he's back after 6 weeks of surgery, and he's going to, I think he said this is his first session he's had after surgery, and he's just going to go super light. So let's see what he did. Let's see what he's saying.
All right, folks, super simple, super ROM lateral raises. Nice, I chose seated because it requires less core activation, and I got my core a little bit cut up 6 weeks ago. So I'm gonna do these, set of 10 to 15, the rest set of 5 to 10 after. And that's it, no warm up, because 15s are a warm up weight. So Famous last words. Hoo-yah! Scott, my shoulders feel amazing. 6 weeks. Getting a crazy metabolite accumulation, knowing you're going to get sore from one set of 15 with the 15s, trippy. Folks, we're going to do something that Scott has estimated as the first time in history this is done. We'll see if it works. I had to take my shirt off, but I have like shirt clip mic. Talk to you guys, and if I put
Oh my God, look at that.
it down like on the belt, that doesn't work as well. So I'm going to try to do this.
That is, can you look at that? That is somebody who is supposed to be advising us on how to train. He's good at it. But health-wise, I don't think this is, I'm going to be looking up to Dr. Mike for health, because that doesn't freaking look healthy. You will not tell me that this look healthy.
Guys, this is it. 232 pounds, no lifting for 6 weeks. I'd love to show you my legs. They're actually nice and juicy. I haven't lifted hard for legs for like 9 months. I just started back up again. So like, I don't know. Posing's kind of still weird. I'll show you the scar in a sec. It feels kind of strange. You know, this is like not the greatest physique I've ever had.
That is the problem with using this all these drugs, because once you go off it, you look like shit. Seriously, he looks like shit. He looks like shit. There's nothing. Nobody can try to convince me that this look nice. There's no way. There's no way in this flipping world that you try to tell me that this look
You see this extra like pec skin because my pecs got smaller. We got to fill that out. A little bit of ab situation. I don't actually carry a lot of fat on my abs. Like this is all pretty lean. And look, arms.
Wait, when somebody say they don't carry a lot of fat and they've got that size belly, that is like a joke. That is like 3 basketballs.
Look,
it looks
decent. And hit some
Is that
poses
not body
and stuff.
dysmorphia?
Yeah, you guys. Yeah. And let's see what's going on back there.
No.
It's gonna be a little gross. So first of all, as you guys can tell, there's still lots of fluid retention here, like a ton. Like all of this is like an inch of fluid, but already I don't have any love handles. Crazy.
So yes. So what he did was the surgery was to remove the love handles. It was so bad that he himself, he couldn't use his PhD degree. He couldn't use his genius training method to get rid of the love handles. That's how bad it was. And that was because of his lifestyle. Greg Doucette kept telling him, Mike, what you're doing is not right. You are not dieting properly. You are not doing your cardio. What you are doing is not right. I think this one should just tell us that when we see all these guys who are enhanced, when they keep telling us about fitness, I'm there to help you. Help me how? If I'm not a bodybuilder, how are you going to help me? How? Now, hey, look, to be honest, I never want to be like this. Never in the fourth wall, never.
And let's see here. That feels strange because I can feel the scar moving. I don't know, yeah. Like, shit's happening.
It looks like what they did is they completely cut him round from belly button to belly button. And then they peel him up. They peel his skin off like a blanket. And then they scrape the fat. And then they stitch him back. That was gross. That
So you guys
must
will
have been
notice
painful.
the scar is a 270
Yeah.
procedure. So scars start here, right, and go all the way around to the back. And
Look at the size of it.
ass crack up a little bit. Right here in the very back, next to my anal cleavage, as it's actually called, I had a bunch of open holes that still look a little funky in there. That was really not fun. So now
I might have seen enough. That is disgusting, to be honest. I might have seen enough. Let me see what he's saying over there now.
best body together that I ever have. I'm very convinced of this. Not unlike athlete vibes, which are also cool, but unlike science. Like, I know how muscle regain works. I still have lots of triggers to pull in my training and my pharmaceuticals and stuff, which discounts using a lot of drugs, so I'm never doing that again. But like, yeah, if this is TRT bod after 6 weeks of no lifting, put in a little super TRT and lift for 6 months, shit's gonna get wacky. I'm super excited about that. And Yahoo. So before I sign you guys off, I wanna talk a little bit with my shirt on, just one kind of big takeaway, big lesson that I'm learning from all this, and maybe it'll help you guys as well. All right, guys, so that's kind of what my workout looks like.
All right, I've seen enough. To be honest, I don't know. Guys, let me know. Let me read a few comments. Let me see if I can find a few comments and see what people are saying. Old Greg is already filming a video about this one. I know, definitely. Greg said he's already filming a video. He pays membership to make critics. What a pathetic individual Greg is. He's not pathetic. Greg says the truth. Maybe Mr. Ducey has someone on the side to feed him information for his own content. Maybe Mr. Ducey has someone on the inside to feed him information for his own content. Greg says the right thing. It doesn't matter how he says it. All Greg. That's a name I haven't heard in a real long time. Tell me, do you ever drink Baileys from a shoe? I don't know why is it. Hello, fellow millennials or Gen X from the British Isles. I'm Irish, however, Howard was my favorite, with the tiny eyes of a shrew, and his love of jazz. How's that going to do? Greg is milking his Israel tail right now. Of course, the graphic warning being simultaneously with showing us the graphic content instead of before. Anyone who has returned from injury can understand how hard it is to take this workout so easy. Fair play, dog. Come on. We are talking about health. Forget about the workout. Had 2 back surgeries, including fusion last year. I was very depressed for 8 months. The day the doctor told me I could start doing some exercises again, but only up to 20 pounds, I got excited. The very first workout crushed my depression instantly. It's been 10 weeks since I was able to start some light training, and it's enough to keep me positive in my 18 months recovery. Good luck to you, dude. You don't need to wear shirts. You already got that fur armor on, brother. Jokes aside, great to see this level of authenticity in this space. You have given people so much valuable information over the years that we don't want to take you for granted. Thanks for everything. I know he's giving us so much valuable content, but my only critique, I don't know why I'm critiquing somebody who's got a PhD, is that some of these guys, they should stop talking about health. They should stop talking about health and just talk about bodybuilding. That is my only issue. Talk about bodybuilding and don't say you're trying to help people. Or you can say, I have people that I'm training for bodybuilding, and I have other people that I'm just training for health. And the people for health are not using any drugs. But the people on the bodybuilding side are all enhanced. So we can know the difference, because when you just generalize and tell us, even when these guys are training themselves, they talk about fitness, they talk about health. They should just talk about bodybuilding. We are building muscles. They shouldn't talk about health, because you cannot be talking about health when you are using all these performance enhancing drugs, and they kill, they destroy. You are not supposed to put that in your system. You are not supposed to inject yourself something and you are not ill. You only inject yourself when you are ill. when you're being treated of something. What are you treating? What are you treating? So these people should, anyway, that's what I think. I don't know if anybody's going to agree with me on this one. All I'm saying is these coaches should focus on bodybuilding and stop preaching about health. They should always put a disclaimer. This is a channel for bodybuilders, and most of those advising, giving information to are enhanced. Or they should always say, yes, I'm giving advice to the general public, but know that most of us are enhanced. So if you are not enhanced, do not look at our physique and think that you can achieve a physique like ours. That would be awesome. So that people should be aware that it doesn't matter how strong I am, it doesn't matter how hard I train, I will never be able to achieve the physique that these enhancers have got. Everybody will be okay. Especially young kids who don't know anything. Young kids will know, like, okay, he's actually on steroids. That's why he's that big. So I shouldn't bother myself. I can train as hard as I can, but I'll never be like him because he is enhanced. That is what I think. And if anybody has anything other than what I've said to add on this, that would be awesome. Anyway, I wish Dr. Mike Israel the best. Yes, he's been giving us very, very valuable information. He's been teaching us how to train, and there's nothing else to say. Just wish him all the best and hope his recovery is quick and he can get back to what he does best. Anyway, guys, please don't forget to smash that subscription button. Please, let's build this channel. I believe in you guys, and I hope you guys are going to support me so I can get this channel to I don't know, I can get this channel to whoever is watching and whoever is thinking of, I want to get old, but I want to remain strong, healthy, sexy, and what else? Anyway, see you guys on the next one. Stay safe, be good. Out.